Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you know, I'm Christian Fox. This is 8 Legs Only. Sorry it's been a minute since my last video, since the Bedford show ones. I've done a couple of shorts, but the main reason I haven't really uploaded anything recently is I've been suffering a little bit with a tarantula bite that I had. It wasn't a particularly bad spider, it was an LP. But as you know, I'm allergic to spider bites, wasp stings, and all the rest. And I didn't have an EpiPen to hand. I didn't have anything to deal with the bite at the time. And here we are 3 weeks later, and without swearing, that's one finger that is okay. And this is the finger that's not okay, as you can see. I apologise for sticking up my middle finger. But I now have, what's that called? A knuckle? It's not really a knuckle. It's got, I don't know. But anyway, look, yep, it's looking a little bit deformed. So yeah, as you can see, the it's, I guess, shrinking down. The skin has started to, but even still, it's not really painful, but it's just very ugly, unfortunately. And now I think I've got COVID, so I'm going to get this video done now in case it's 3 or 4 days before my next video, because I'm feeling like
right about now, you're about to witness the sea walk of the incredible. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. Keep it gangster.
So we've got a new addition that's just been born, and that is Camo, our Gargoyle Gecko. Now he's recently popped out of his egg. So everything has turned up from the sponsor and some bits I ordered on top of that. And let's get into what we bought, how we're going to set it up, and then we'll finally get our new addition into the enclosure. So first up, we've got the enclosure. Now this is from these guys, Reptile Growth. As you know, these guys sponsor the channel, and they've just brought out a new enclosure. Now this is 20 by 20 by 30 centimeters, glass enclosure, very fine mesh lid, and as you can see, you've got a feeding hatch in the top, which is fantastic. And then if you flip that little catch there, you can slide your lid back as you do. Now it also comes with some accessories. So you've got some pretty awesome metal tongs there. They'll always come in handy. You've got a food dish, and you've got a spray bottle. Unfortunately, the spray bottle valve is a little long, but I'll just chop an inch off that with a pair of scissors. It'll be fine. But that all comes with it. And I think the grand total of that as a package was $45.99. You can get them on Amazon, 24-hour delivery. Can't beat that. So first up, we're going to start with some bio balls. Now, as you know, what this will do is take the excess moisture out of the substrate, out of the air that's inside the enclosure, and just help us with our all-round humidity levels and so forth. And just very quickly, I forgot to add the cork background, which I've now added. That was about a tenner, and I got that from Amazon as well. So we've got our clay balls, not too deep, but deep enough. Now we're going to need to get some substrate in there. A quick layer of fabric weed screen, and what that will do is stop any of the substrate from getting mixed in with those clay balls. Now this branch was also from Amazon. They come in 3 sizes, small, medium and large. This was the small one, comes in at about £5.99. Now it does have some sharp bits on it, so you do want to get a file and just take those sharp edges off so that you don't harm your lizard. Next up, some cocoa fibre substrate. I haven't mixed this with anything, although I will put some isopod and springtails in shortly. Next up, some plastic vine. This is about £3. Comes from Amazon again, and comes in 2 metre lengths, and there's about 10 different styles to choose from. But as you can see, I've just wrapped it around the wood for a better effect. Next up, some Exoterra Jungle Vine. This was about £10 from Amazon and it's probably a bit overpriced. So that's everything gone through so far that we purchased for the vivarium. It looks pretty good if you ask me. I'm quite happy with that. Next up, a reptile growth water dish or food dish. I have several of these. It's probably a bit oversized for this vivarium, so I will end up changing this. Next up, we've got a full spectrum plant light. Now, these lights have a telescopic rod so that you can attach it to the back of the vivarium or, you know, push it into the substrate and so forth. But I've left that off because I'm just going to simply sit it on the top. Now, these will work with live plants. These are ideal. So what you want to do, you've got all your different light settings. You can change it from your regular white to your pinks, your purples, your off-whites and so forth. And this is going to help any live plants and so forth that you put in the enclosure. Right, so that's the enclosure pretty much finished. The only things I'm going to add is my isopods, my springtails. I'm going to change out that water dish for 2 smaller ones where I can have one for water, one for food, and I'm going to add some sphagnum moss just so that the humidity levels can be increased as and when I need to. Right guys, so that was the build done. Now, as you can hear, I'm really COVIDed up. COVIDed up? COVIDed up? Is that a word? Anyway, I'm really suffering now. So I'm gonna end the enclosure build there, and I'm gonna do a separate video about the Gargoyle Gecko because I want to tell you all about Gargoyle Geckos. They don't need lights, heat mats and so forth. If your house is warm enough, you don't need to supply any separate heat. Ideally, you do want to provide some light, but they can just go off natural daylight, as you know, the same as crested geckos and so forth. But we'll go into that in more detail with an in-depth video on Wednesday once I put them in, and then we'll do a full breakdown on the Gargoyle Gecko. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I did. I'm not enjoying this COVID. If you're going to the Coventry show on the 29th, we will be there as we were at Bedford. I'm really looking forward to that. So if you're there, come up and say hi like a lot of you guys did at Bedford. It'd be lovely to see you. I'm sorry, I keep sniffing. And we're meeting Natalie there, who's just made us some really amazing taxidermy pieces. One is for us and one is a present for my girlfriend's daughter for Christmas, which is, yeah, they're both just amazing pieces, and I'll show you those after without spoiling her Christmas present. Well, I guess that will spoil it if I show it before Christmas. So anyway, maybe I'll leave that one out, maybe I won't, I don't know. But until next time, stay tuned. As always, please like, comment and subscribe. As you know, that really helps us. I love your comments. I love your subscriptions. So yeah, that's the end of it. I'm going to go and die in the corner with a bowl of soup and a doofer, and I will see you on the next one.